Good evening, guys. Happy Monday to all of your sunshiny faces. Well, I am going to actually get in the shower and get to bed because me and my mom got to get up early. I just want to get up early tomorrow, like in general, but then also too because we're gonna try and get to the grocery store. Probably want to run. I know. Well, here's the thing. I want to go to Aldi. We need to pick up a couple things. We're actually going to have to go out a couple times, but we're going to go today or tomorrow to Aldi, Walmart, and possibly, and also the dollar store. And I could possibly like do all of it kind of at one time in one place, but I'm trying to save money. And even though like filling up for gas probably costs more money, but like in the long run it really doesn't cost that much more money because I'll probably end up saving more money. We got to go to Aldi, Walmart, and the Dollar Tree as well tomorrow. I need to pick up well, we got to get stuff for actually, we have to go to the stores probably multiple times this week, but tomorrow is just going to be to get the stuff that we need for like our Christmas party on Saturday. That's kind of the first thing to tackle. We still don't have really a menu or meal plan or anything like that for Christmas Eve and Christmas morning for breakfast. And so anyways, the easier thing is that we know what we're bringing for the party on Saturday. So it's like, let's just focus on that, and then we can deal with like the Christmas stuff and everything like that at a different time. So we're going to, and also too, in addition to that, I don't know if I will have any grocery hauls for you guys this week. Obviously, it's really weird just because, again, too, we are pressed for a lot of time because of the holidays anyway, and there's still a lot of stuff that we want to do with family and, you know, like being able to watch Christmas movies, and we have a ton of Christmas presents that have to be wrapped, and we just have a lot of stuff again too that kind of needs to be done. And so you know, again, long story short, I guess, is that you know, we might just end up like running to Aldi this week and probably going to get whatever things we need for like Christmas and Christmas Eve, like dinners and stuff like that. I might possibly, because I want to say Jewel maybe had their ham on sale, and I think we were going to try and do ham. If not, we might just get like a small little ham, because I might have told you guys, I have a turkey breast out in the freezer. I might just do like turkey breast and like a little ham like we did for Thanksgiving. We got like a smaller ham because honestly, I don't really want to do that much food, and I don't want there to be tons and tons of leftovers. Like, I feel like if we get a big full ham, like we always end up eating the leftovers for like days afterwards, and we have to get real creative with like what else are we going to do with it. Like, we end up doing split pea soup with like a ham bone, and we add leftover ham to it, and we'll end up doing like, you know, we'll add ham to like a, you know, like eggs and like stuff like that for like days after, like, you know, when we get like a big ham like for either Christmas. We'll do, a lot of times we do ham on Christmas. Like it depends too. I told you guys a lot of times we would always do Boston Market. That was just kind of our thing, because again too, like we would do like Christmas, like a Christmas service, like church service, like on Christmas Eve, and then a lot of times it was just easier to like pick a Boston Market afterwards because nobody had the time to like cook food after Christmas Eve. And when it's again too like just our immediate family, like, you know, again, we don't have, it's not like we're hosting like a big Christmas Eve dinner or anything like that, and so it was always just something that we did that was just kind of simpler, and you know, again too, that, you know, just simple. So again, that was, I remember though, like again, a handful of years we either did cook Christmas Eve dinner, or I did like a mock like Boston Market one year, and Jack's really big into wanting to do that this year as well, because the Boston Markets in our area are all closed. I don't know actually if they have many Boston Markets at all left, but the one in our area is closed. So we're not doing, like I said, we're not doing that for Christmas this year, obviously. And I really, again too, I just don't want to do a big Christmas Eve dinner. Like, I felt like, you know, again, we kind of did it for Thanksgiving, and it wasn't even, again too, like the biggest kind of like dinner, but you know, like we have a lot of stuff going on. Again too, the day before Christmas Eve is our family Christmas party, and then Christmas Day we're going over to a different one of my aunt's house. She's almost always had like a Christmas Day, like you know, later in the afternoon kind of Christmas Day kind of thing. And I remember when I was little, I always wanted to go over there, but every every single year when I was little, except for one single year. And then actually I'm going to say two years that I was always sick on Christmas. Always. Like, I would always get sick on Christmas Eve. And like, because I remember so many times we would get back from church and I would just end up getting completely sick. And normally it was always a stomach bug. Like, that I associate Christmas Eve with like being horribly sick. And the same thing too is that even when I, like a handful of years ago, I got like the worst stomach bug I think I've ever had ever, a few days before Christmas. And I remember on Christmas Eve having absolutely no appetite. Like, I couldn't eat anything. I felt so sick. But like, so that thankfully, knock on wood, has not happened in a while. But all the time I would always get sick like on either Christmas Eve or like right after, like, you know, again, like late at night on Christmas. Like, you know, I remember too, like a handful of Christmas Eve services, we weren't able to go to church. My grandma would stay home with me because I would be so sick. And then the next day, my mom would normally end up going over to my aunt's house for like Christmas Day, kind of like a Christmas Day party. And she would always go. And I remember one year that Matthew got to go and I didn't. And I was so mad because like I loved going over to my aunt's house. I loved her house. And we normally would only go over there. Like, I remember there was a couple times in the summer where we went over to her house, but most of the time it was like she would only like really host like a big Christmas day party. And like I said, I remember though that one time when I was little, and a lot of times too, like I said, you know, if like one of us got sick, it was like all of us got sick. But for some reason that year, my mom and like Matthew and my dad, I think, were all like not sick. It was just me. So they all got to go to the party. Well, my dad stayed home with me, I think, or maybe my grandma or something like that, or my mom went with my grandma and Matthew, and I stayed home sick. And I was so mad because Matthew got to go to the Christmas party and I didn't. And like I said, it was like one of my favorite like memories, like when I was like little. But then I feel like ever since we kind of like moved into this house, I remember, like I said, very frequently, almost every single Christmas Eve being sick. Like I said, there was a lot. Like, I remember this was my bedroom one year, a long time ago. Me and Matthew, I think, shared this room, and he had to have been like 1 or 2 years old. And I remember both of us just getting sick all over the hallway floor, like running out of here and trying to make it to the bathroom. So I was like 5 and he was like 2, and I just remember it was like constant like that, like the entire Christmas Eve. And like there was a lot of like years like that were bad. I remember one year my mom got really sick on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, and it was before Matthew was born, and like I was probably like 2-3 years old or something like that. And like I think my mom came out to like open presents, but she was like so sick she ended up like going back to bed, and like me and my dad just like hung out in the living room the entire day. And like I was super little, like I said, only a couple of years old, but I still remember this, like the entire day, and like just playing with all the toys I got and everything. And my mom was just so sick. She was just like laying in bed, and I was like, Mom, like, are you okay? And I just remember like being so excited about the toys though, and like kept wanting to like go and wake her up to like go and like get her to play with me too. And like my dad had to keep trying to stop me. He was like, no, she needs her rest, she needs to sleep. And like, cause she was like the same way, like she was super sick on like that Christmas Day. And like I said, I think it was like Christmas Eve to Christmas Day. But yeah, there's a lot of not good memories about like Christmas and Christmas Eve and being sick and like all that kind of stuff. But again, back to the whole food thing, just because we have so much stuff going on, I don't want to like, okay, we have a lot of food that we're gonna make and bring. Me and my mom are actually making 2 separate things each. So I'm gonna actually do a I actually saw this on Pinterest. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. It is like a vegetable tray, but it's like mainly with like green vegetables, so like cucumbers and like broccoli and sugar snap peas and celery and stuff like that. And then you add little like red, you do it like a wreath, and then you can add little like red tomatoes in there to kind of make it look like holly and like Christmas wreath kind of thing. And then you can do like the what's it called, like the ranch dip or whatever, like in the middle in like a bowl. And I was like, that is so cute. So I definitely want to do that. And then the other thing I saw too was this like cheesy pull-apart bread, because we're doing like appetizers for like the Christmas like party on Saturday. So I think my mom's doing taco dip and something else. I can't remember what it is. I think meatballs, just like crock pot meatballs. And I was gonna do though like cheesy pull apart bread, which was like a pizza dough, and then you cut up like like I do something very, very similar with crescent rolls. It's like kind of like pigs in a blanket, but with cheese sticks instead. So it's like that, but instead you use like pizza dough, like refrigerated pizza dough, which is the reason why I want to go to Aldi, because a lot of the stuff that I'm gonna need is probably gonna be cheaper there anyway. But I don't think they have like pizza dough, like the refrigerated pizza dough. So I'm probably gonna have to get that at Walmart. But it's actually funny though, because they do have like fresh pizza dough. I was thinking out of like the jar, like, you know, like Pillsbury, like crescent roll kind of thing, that they have that like pizza dough. And that's what the recipe calls for. But I do know, my mom just pointed out to me the last time we went to Aldi together, was that they actually have fresh pizza dough in like at Aldi, like, you know, like in a package. But I think it's like fresher than like the stuff in like the you know, cans or jar kind of, you know, the rollout kind. So like I said, I might actually try that. I don't know. And it also depends on how much it is. Like if it's gonna be way more money, then I'm probably not gonna do it. So you take like the pizza dough and you roll them into little balls, and you put like the cheese stick inside, and then, you know, you kind of like cover them over with the dough. But then you do them, and you can do them in like a tree kind of shape. And so I thought that was really cute too. And then it's got like, because you use like basil and stuff like that also over the top, they're kind of like pizza pull apart bread. And you can do it with, I'm gonna do with marinara dipping sauce. I was gonna do that, and like the recipe too, you sprinkle over like basil and stuff like that, so it kind of looks kind of green and stuff like that. Like it has some of the like green basil, you know, kind of coloring in it as well. And so like, but it looks really cute. It looks like a little Christmas tree. So I was thinking of doing that as well, and kind of make it look kind of Christmassy. But so like I said, the first thing that we're gonna do is try and tackle that tomorrow. And then also too, because I need those coffee mugs, because I've got all of my my Starbucks hot chocolate that I bought, and also too I've got some the candy canes that I'm going to add to the little coffee mugs as well. And then I've also got these little like peppermint tea bags, and so I'm going to add those as well to like a little like coffee mug, and then do them for like little like Christmas presents for everybody. Because again too, I got kind of good deals on the hot chocolate from Starbucks, so the way I was going to kind of work it out was going to be able to do that. And I actually think I'm going to have a couple extras left over because of like how many like hot chocolates I have and stuff like that. So like I said, if I counted everything right. But I am going to try and get the coffee mugs from like the Dollar Tree, or possibly maybe Dollar General if they don't have them at the Dollar Tree. Even if they're just plain white ones, I really wanted to do like Christmassy ones because I know they have them there. But if they don't, then I might end up just going with like kind of plain white ones or something like that, because they do have coffee mugs at the Dollar Tree. So like I said, might end up doing that. That's what I want to do for the gifts, but that's why we also have to stop there. So the idea is just to go tomorrow and get the things we need for like Saturday, which is the gift stuff and then also the food stuff, and then maybe later in the week figure out what we need for actual Christmas Day. Again too, the problem is the closer it gets to the holidays, the worse and worse Christmas shopping and like grocery shopping is going to be. And obviously Saturday we're going to be kind of busy anyway, but I have a feeling it's just going to be like a madhouse on Saturday, the day before Christmas Eve, and because it's the weekend, so I have no plans of going on Saturday. But again too, because we have so many other things going on, kind of with again too just Christmas movies, wrapping presents, and just doing kind of like Christmassy things together. We did have a couple plans of like not outdoor activities, but out of the house activities kind of thing too that we were going to do. But like I said, I'm not entirely sure if and when we're going to be able to do those. But we, you know, have those things too going on, so it's kind of difficult also to do any of the grocery store shopping. And sometimes too, the grocery stores actually like run those sales like for like 2 weeks kind of. So again, I don't entirely know, but if I happen to have a grocery haul for you guys, like I'm probably not gonna share with you guys what we get tomorrow at like Aldi and Walmart, just because like I said, it's basically the stuff to make the ingredient list I just shared with you guys. And it's no deals or anything like that to really share, but I'll probably have more than one of those shopping trips that I'm gonna have to do, because we'll probably have to go again to get the other things that we actually need for Christmas Day, you know, and Christmas Eve. And I was telling you guys too, like Christmas Eve we normally end up doing or Christmas Day we just kind of do appetizers throughout the day, just like snack on appetizer kind of stuff. So that's a whole nother thing too, in like planning and preparing for that. But anyways, I will share with you guys if and what I have, if anything, but I'll probably show you guys like doing my Christmas gifts and like how I make up those little kind of like goodie bag, I don't want to say goodie bags, but those little like coffee mug kind of like presents, you know, like coffee mug stuffed presents, I guess. But anyways, like I said, I'll see you guys in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see y'all very sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.